how should we open a love and relationship advice episode?
Why don't we open with, we do a deep tongue kiss and then I give you advice on how to do it.
I don't know if that's the kind of relationship advice we're giving.
Or maybe just learn how to kiss better.
Hello! And welcome back to What's a Safeword. I'm Amp.
I'm Miss Christopher.
And today,
Hopefully you're not sad.
because Singles Awareness Day just happened, and whether you were single or ready to mingle or in a relationship and just needed some help, today's episode is all about relationship advice, something that we are not licensed to give, but when it comes to kink and dynamics of the DS type, we are definitely experienced in that realm. And even if you're in a relationship, sometimes you can still date. So I'm sure there will be poly questions, but these are all questions that you guys gave us on social media, both of the anonymous variety, because we had an anonymous form, and of the Twitter variety. So make sure you're following us on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. We broke up with that naming. Yeah.
Speaking of breakups.
So whether they were questions on relationships, dating, or just a little bit of masturbating, we hope today's episode calms you down, chills you out, and we couldn't have done it without today's sponsor, Via.
Let's get to the first question.
And what better way to start than getting a little kinky with today's first question, Pup Max, who says, how can I help my partner/dom feel more comfortable being dominant? I'm more experienced in the DS than them, but they say all these terribly, in parentheses, wonderful things they want to do to me, but freeze up when it comes to doing it.
Ooh, so they're a good dirty talker, right?
Which is already hard enough to do.
That's hard, so
yeah.
give them mad props for that. I think sometimes people stall because they actually don't want to hurt someone they love. So they can talk about it, but then when it gets to the part of the action, they are worried about going too far.
It's like a deer in a headlight situation. Instead of taking that leap into the forest, they
Well, I think it also takes experience. I think they need some positive reinforcement. So start light, maybe light spanking, and when they see you react and you moan and you get excited by that, they'll lean into it and go harder.
I also find that getting into some dirty talk beforehand, just getting them in the mood, and also inadvertently consenting to actions to be done to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes that deer in the headlights is because they're, oh wait, did we talk about that? They're in their own head so much, and you just need to get a little bit more comfortable with them. You need to help them to relax, unwind, maybe have a little bit of CBD beforehand. Here comes the, oh god, here comes the title card.
Praise. Lots and lots of praise. They're probably
You're
experiencing
doing so well.
a little bit
Really
of
so-
imposter
Wow,
syndrome.
this shirt looks great on you.
And worried
Did you shave?
about
You look really
like
nice.
doing hardcore S&M with
Oh,
you
you're
first.
so
All
cute.
right, let's not be
Hit
annoying.
me harder!
about it.
Hit me harder! Oh god, is the title card back?
Oh my god, the title card, oh no!
So if you're looking to CBD's nuts, being a little elevated never hurt your mood.
It's actually enhancing it right now. I'm just saying that it's a little viable.
And especially possible with today's sponsor, Via, who knows that getting the right dosage for your own mood and finding the right zen can be difficult sometimes. We are huge fans.
Huge! Huge!
Okay. Daddy
I am
loves it.
so chill.
Oh, God.
So chill.
What is in these again?
They're so good!
And Via has developed a unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and low doses of CBD into one mind-blowing gummy called High Love.
And what I like best about it is once you find the perfect elevation for you, you can repeat it over and over and you always know what to expect the next time.
We're talking about pairing aphrodisiac herbs with a mild amount of THC. The products have great flavors and are made with vegan and organic ingredients, and their best-selling High Love will not only heighten your senses, but will also increase your sexual pleasure in the bedroom.
Hi, love.
High Love.
Hi, love. They also offer a wide range of products for different experiences.
And the best part, Via legally ships to all 50 states in discreet packaging directly to your door. No medical card required. So, if you're 21 and up, check out the links for Via down below. And you can use offer code what, Daddy?
WATTS Watts.
Or the link down below to get 15% off your own order, plus a free sample on us. Just make sure you share. I want a little bit. Via is the only lifestyle hemp brand. Whether you want to get better sleep, ease anxiety, enhance your mood, or just get a little elevated, they also have zero THC products just in case. And for me, it helps with my creative brain to get into a zen state. I was so productive last night. I planned a trip. I went to a club,
This
dance
party,
club,
that
another
party.
club.
Plane, next place.
Don't take my jokes. Again,
Watts,
Hit
WATTS.
the link down below, and thank you again, Via, for sponsoring. The next one comes from Divik Pup, who says, is eating 2-liter tub of ice cream in your bed listening to AJR a good way to cope with being single?
Not if you're a gainer.
No, that's someone's kink, though.
I know.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
That is a huge
They'll
fetish
go for it.
online that people are really into. You'll probably find many a person on the interwebs that is into that. That said, don't eat your feelings. Don't. Stop. No.
Unless it's Rocky Road.
Put this... Didn't you just get ice cream last
I did.
night?
I
'Cause you were
totally
kind
did.
Okay. Very nice.
Thank you.
today.
I'm a gainer now. Did I not tell you about that new fetish?
No, you keep telling me about these new kinks that we don't
I
talk
know.
about, and I'm a little surprised you're saving it until we're on the camera.
Don't yell at me or I'm not going to open up. That is what not to do. Do not follow his...
End scene. That was a scene. See, we collaborated on my favorite new kink, which is acting out scenes. The next one from Spoon Bear says, finding someone who will be with me for me and not to fetishize me because of my size. That is a tough one.
You want your partner to be attracted to you, correct?
Yeah. And you want fun, kinky lifestyles, probably, if that's what you're asking, if you're asking us especially.
So how far is too far for fetishizing?
Fetishizing in my book, and there's a difference between kink and fetish. Kink is like fun extracurricular that you enjoy and like to bring in. Fetish is like a hyperfixation that you require to get to that cliff where you go, ah. And I find that fetishizing your partner needs to be not only consensual, but needs to be done without dehumanizing them. If your partner is not standing up for who you are outside the bedroom, or when it's convenient, and they're not into you as a full person, but are just fixating on that one kink that you might have, but a fetish that they are absolutely honed in on, that's really frustrating as the receiving end.
But wait, what if your kink is being dehumanized?
And my kink is kink shaming, so therefore it's okay for me to kink.
Oh my god,
no,
the lines are so blurry.
You can obviously be dehumanized and get turned on by that, but if that's a 24/7 lifestyle, that's different than a scene that you're having. And yeah, we want to feel like that beautiful person to our partner, but if you feel gross or used after something like that, after your sexy times, that's not good kink. The next question comes from our anonymous line and asks, my sister wants to encourage her husband to perform cunnilingus by using a butt plug down there so he focuses on the clitoris. I told her I don't think butt plugs would work this way, but I don't know anything about vaginas. Any ideas or suggestions? I do know that cunnilingus is generally mouth fun down there. Yeah, you saw that earlier when we were giving. Okay. No. Usually, butt plugs don't vibrate like a tongue or act like a tongue and are just filling a hole. So I don't think a butt plug is what they want.
What if it's a tongue-shaped butt plug?
There are tongue-shaped toys that vibrate.
That would lick you. Meow.
And there are tongue-shaped toys that do vibrate and provide stimulation, but I would just recommend a vibrating toy, not a plug. Are you licking cotton candy?
I'm licking with my fingers. So if you had finger-shaped plug, maybe, or a tongue shape. Yeah, that's the key.
Encourage your sister to get herself some toys that she would like that do that kind of stimulation, and then her husband can do it. The problem here is that the wife is expecting the husband to do the work. Honestly, everyone in a relationship that wants to incorporate sex toys, it's kind of intimidating, but it's better if you buy that sex toy either with them, make it experience, go to the shop together and have fun, rather than expect them to buy the right toy. Because if you're expecting a butt plug to perform cunnilingus, you are vastly wrong on how that works.
This is a cunning question. We're not prepared.
Next question. Next question.
See, we don't know everything.
Boy Morgan, who asks, insecurity is sometimes part of ENM relationships. Talking about it obviously is a good part of dealing with it, but at a certain point, you know you aren't doing anything wrong, and neither are they. What's the proper way to process this? So first of all, what is ENM?
Enemas?
We've done an episode.
Eminem? Enema?
It's an acronym.
ENM.
ENM is an acronym, so
Energy never... I don't know.
More energy, more passion, more energy.
Ethically non-monogamous.
Oh my god!
I got it.
Whew!
You kids and your acronyms.
So essentially, they're asking, is there a proper way to focus on or process your insecurities in ethical non-monogamous relationships? Now, I think that everyone's a little bit insecure about lots of parts of their relationships, the kinks, what they're doing, their body maybe, or just how they're working with their partner. How do you process your insecurities?
I look in the mirror and say,
Yell, just do it!
no.
Do you do what what's her face does in Ted Lasso?
I think that's an individual thing. Everyone has to have their own thing to do. How do you get over insecurities?
I'm not insecure
See.
about everything, but there are a few things I'm very insecure about, and it's get very dark.
No.
My voices start talking, and I just don't know how to deal with it.
I think people have insecurities because they're afraid of f***ing something up, and I think the more you do something, the less insecure you are because the more you know it.
And you are going to make mistakes, but I think you should know that at the end of the day, if you're having a relationship with someone, you should be working together and you should be okay making mistakes and being forgiving. But at the same time, studies even show that when you look at attachment theory, ethical non-monogamous people have the same insecurities and same issues with relationships in that way as monogamous people. And even when we talk about attachment theory, a theory by John Bowlby, including anxious, preoccupied, avoidant, dismissive, and organized, fearful, it's essentially a concept of the first social bonds and encounters that we get as children and from our caregivers. This is how our brain kind of builds and we form a perception of like social interactions. And so when we talk about this, we all have different ways in which we deal with relationships. The easiest way to kind of speed run it, if you're trying to be Sonic, get the best time, is to be open about and to communicate those insecurities.
Because your partner may have the same ones, but they can't read your mind.
Open your mind.
And reading minds is one of the ways you're going to really fuck up a relationship. When you're assuming what your partner wants or what they're trying to do, then you're going to get in their own way. Daddy, would you like some tea? Here you go. Would you want some tea? You look like you're thirsty.
No, I was good.
No, I'm pretty sure you're thirsty.
No,
I'm And according to attachmenttheory.com, turns out even if you're an ethically non-monogamous slut, you are going to have the same insecurities as the monogamous ones.
And that's E&M if you didn't know. Next question.
This next one's an anonymous one that says, I've been wanting a relationship for a couple of years now. Unfortunately, hasn't happened yet. My problem is that I now sometimes get jealous of my friends in happy relationships, even though some of them didn't even want to be in a relationship in the first place. How do I deal with these feelings, even though I'm very happy for them?
Oh, so this is kind of, it's not grass is greener, but one of my favorite games when you go to a party of a couple's house is try to see through the smiley faces that they were probably just fighting before you got there.
That is so dark.
It happened.
I think the real important thing to focus on here, without focusing on too many negative things, is that you should be happy with yourself first and foremost before you try to find a relationship to make you happy.
If you can't love yourself, you can't love yourself.
If you can't love yourself,
You can't love yourself.
you can't love yourself, you can't love yourself.
I am very much a fan of going on a date by yourself, like taking yourself on a date. You learn about yourself a lot when you take yourself on a date. I'm a great talker.
Yeah, but I think that person who wrote that question already is. They're like, and there's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes they get a little FOMO-y about seeing other relationships. And this is you're giving single advice coming from a really, really amazingly good relationship.
Oh my God.
So,
Don't be jealous. Don't.
amazingly. No problems. Relationship goals.
The next one from Howlett Unleashed gets a little kinky and asks, how does one speak up about desire for more kinky times with their partners and or dominance? Assuming that you're already kind of open about your kinks, like how do you open up about more kinky or more intense kinks that you want to share with someone?
Just start parading around in your kinks around the house. They'll get the idea.
You're into lace now?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
see?
fun.
Just put it on, wear it.
Thank you.
Find out what the reaction is.
I mean, it's a choice.
Choices.
I know.
It's a choice.
It's a good one.
Where's my choice?
What do you want?
It was a choice. Where's my choice?
Again, obviously, communicate.
Always.
Right.
I feel like a lot of these questions are always, did you talk about it?
Yeah.
But it also helps when you have stats, and so I've got some of those for this specific question.
Okay.
According to Psychology Today, more than 22% of sexually active adults do role-playing, while more than 20% are into being tied up and spanking. Meanwhile, another 2016 survey found that even in cases where people didn't have the opportunity to explore their desires, nearly half of those surveys were interested in them. If you have a desire that you are really interested in, and you're just kind of nervous about sharing it with an existing kinkster or just a new dominant, I find that roleplay is wonderful. Send them some sexy pictures or stories or even that you can watch together to spice it up in the bedroom.
Yeah, video and media that you like, share that with your partner and then see how they react. But we get this a lot. People are very scared to talk about their deep, dark, secret thoughts with their partner. And more often than not, your partner will appreciate you opening up and letting them in.
If you're just looking to express your desires to a partner that might not be into kink, there are a few steps you should take just to make it easy for both of you. First and foremost, you do want to take it slow and just make sure that you are comfortable even expressing and talking about the kinks that you're into.
I took it very slow. You should see the little lacy number I had before this. It was
Well, drop your pants.
basically dental floss.
Destigmatize the topics with fun anecdotes, videos, YouTube maybe.
That seemed pointed. And then after that, set boundaries.
And make sure that you're open and letting your partner also reciprocate those same boundaries, wills, wants, maybe even new kinks. I find that when you are able to be kinky with a partner, you're going to not only bond over that thing, but sometimes the other partner skyrockets past you and they get more into it than you were.
Yeah.
Here's my big bag of lace. No. Well, this conversation sure is laced with information.
So bad. Next question.
This next one comes from our anonymous form, which is also linked down below if you want to ever send relationship advice questions anonymously. And it says, I've been with my partner for 2 years now, and he's known that I'm non-monogamous. We still haven't had a real conversation about it because when I mention it, he gets so upset. I'm moving in with him, and he's monogamous. He lives in another country. How bad is this?
Pretty bad, because you're just informing your partner about the relationship you are in when they aren't in the same relationship.
That's what they're about to move to another country.
You state, right? Or country?
Country.
Oh, God. That's not a great idea.
Maybe don't do that, or at least have a conversation, which again, we do fall on that a little bit, with your partner in a real way that doesn't get shut down because they might not be comfortable with the relationship question.
So what I'm gonna guess this is a like don't ask, don't tell situation that they had when they were first dating and living far apart. And now one party wants to keep that and the other party is like, oh no, that's not happening when you're moving in.
Would you do this?
No.
If you were on a completely different type of relationship expectation and also moving across the country with someone that you're not even sure.
You're setting yourself up for disaster. You need to work this very important issue out before you move across country line.
And I'm not blaming the monogamous person in this relationship because regardless of being poly, monogamous, ethical, non-monogamy, like we're not shaming any of those lifestyles. More so just saying, are you guys on the same page about your lifestyle? And if not, how can you get there? It's a journey that you want to take with someone. And if you guys have different plane tickets, you're going to end up somewhere else.
Different plane. And you're not going to be able to change him.
You can't change him.
Unless he wears diapers, you can't change him.
The next one's another anonymous one that says, my partner and I, of 12 years friends, 4 years together as partners, have both been mistreated in the past, and I struggle to convey that assurance of safety from time to time. Not really looking for directions or answers, what are some ideas to alter my mindset and give assurance to my partner?
So it sounds like they both experienced relationship trauma in the past.
Yes, absolutely. Have you been through a traumatic relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, don't cry. What have your partners done in the past to help you feel comfortable?
To help me feel comfortable. Oh, just like what you're doing right now. You're rubbing my back and reassuring me because you're making me think about my ex.
Okay, and then you just soothingly grab their neck and give them a little rub. I think it helps to comfort your partner in many ways, whether it's physical or emotional, but also verbally, letting them know that like, hey, I'm here if you ever have any issues. I want to make sure that you feel safe in your space. How can I better do that to support you? Communicating very directly in that way and being not only vulnerable about yourself, but allowing that vulnerability for your partner makes it so you're able to have a proper conversation.
And get them ice cream. That helps every time.
Okay. Didn't you just get ice cream last
I
night?
did. I totally did.
Okay. And there's also something called RSD, and it's a disorder that happens to deal with emotions, which stands for...
Oh God, another acronym.
Yeah, what do you think that means?
Racing sounds dangerous.
Or rejection-sensitive dysphoria, which is essentially when someone doesn't handle rejection or have what we would consider normal reaction to letting someone down or failing. And feelings of failure tend to spiral a bit.
Oh, I think I might have that.
You're doing so great though, and I love you, and
Oh my God.
I accept you and your flaws. But it can also come from how you're raised and just how your stylings or parenting might have affected you. It's a symptom, not a disorder. So it's not something like clinically dealt with, but you know, sometimes it does come hand in hand with other like mental disorders. And while not something we are clinically diagnosing for you, it's something that you can bring up in a conversation and helps your partner to kind of understand how to diffuse a situation. Usually someone with RSD really reacts well when you reassure them, when you support them, and when you tell them what a good job they're doing. You're such a good daddy. Look at you.
Yeah, not attacking, not hitting, not.
I would never do such a thing.
Not,
Why are you
not
moving away from me?
Not making
Hey, come back
puns.
here.
Puns,
Hey,
puns
hey.
don't help.
The next one from our anonymous forum says, if a top is not on prep, but the bottom is it okay and safe for the top to do it with the bottom?
In a perfect world, yes, PrEP will prevent HIV, and if you two are fluidly bonded and only fluidly bonded with each other, yes, that would work, but you cannot rely on that.
And there's a lot more to worry about than just HIV. There's tons of other STIs which can come from skin to skin. Again, PrEP only protects you against that one preventative measure. Is it safe? No. Are you gonna be better off with PrEP? Sure. Are you gonna be better off having more communications, getting tested every 3 months, and also making sure that you use condoms when appropriate? Absolutely. And last but not least, for your curious questions today, another one on poly from our anonymous forum that says, so I've wanted to be poly and open, but have never really tried it. I have one friend who is a paramour. Your friends are paramour?
Is that the band?
Oh my God. No, paramour is like a lover. So someone who is your lover, maybe
It's
in
a
a
fancy
non-monogamous sense.
French word for lover.
Can you say it like you would in France?
Oh, oui, paramour.
Anyway, the question goes on. Me and my paramour have come up with a term called FWEEB, or Friends with Emotional and Extracurricular Benefits.
Fweeb.
I kind of like it.
Okay, too many acronyms in the show.
If you were a daddy that was into this, you'd be a dweeb.
A dweeby dabby.
A daddy
fweeby.
with emotional and extracurricular benefits. You're my favorite dweeb.
I'm a dweeb.
You're such a dweeb.
No, let's make fweeb happen
What was
first.
the question though? My fweeb has been poly for years, but it's new to me. And recently I started talking to 2 other guys that I really like. They're both aware of each other, but also new to poly as well. Basically, I'm asking is, what in God's name do I do next? How do I move forward with my relationship endeavors? Okay, well you've got paramour over here
yeah.
wondering if you're still into them. And then you've got 2 other people up here. These are the 2 other...
2 fweebs
Yeah.
over here. These are the fweebs?
The paramour is here.
Uh-huh.
And the metamours, or people that you are dating,
Uh-huh.
you know, that kind of know each other, are over here. How is this person, who seems to be very sexually expressive and open about a lot of things, able to interact with all of their people?
It's easy. Put them over here.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Done.
So in this situation, I find that it's best to get everyone on the same page. Not only in the same area maybe, but at this kitchen table poly that you might have going on, understanding how everything works and who's connecting with who. Because whether you're paramour or evanescence, you guys might be singing similar kinds of music, but having very different stylings. And you can get along, but you don't want them butting heads at the music awards. Is this metaphor going too far?
Yes, but it's paramour and...
Metamour, metaphors, and
think-
paramour.
oh my God.
Ah!
No, this is where Venn diagrams come in handy, and this one's getting complicated. So make sure you have the time for everybody, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Para maybe you just communicate with everyone.
Can I get my parachute? I need office. Jesus.
I've found in polyamory, the problems arise when someone is not on the same page. That's the lesson here. If someone thinks that they're gonna be the primary to one person and then they end up being the secondary, that's gonna rub some heads the wrong way.
Yeah, and a lot of times it is time management. It is also feeling like you're paying more attention to one person than not enough, and everyone's needs not getting met. That's where most of the complications come.
And that is it for the relationship advice questions today. I hope that we helped you.
I think so, although I'm having a little RSD.
CBT?
CBT. Too many acronyms.
So whether you're having RSD, Weeb ED, Wild Daddy, or CBD with today's sponsor Via, thank you guys for sending in those questions. We are not, again, relationship experts by any means.
Clearly.
But we use our own personal faux pas and pitfalls in the relationships that we've had and the community that we are currently in to try to better educate you guys on our own personal thoughts.
And thank you for letting us get so silly because we love your questions and they lead to such interesting conversations.
And regardless of what acronym you're using in the bedroom, because there's a lot of them now apparently, always have a safe word. Today's safe word is...
Daddy Phoebe!
Oh, that's a whole long acronym.
That's a long one.
D-A-D-D-Y.
D-A-D-D. Oh,
Okay,
God.
go ahead. Yeah.
Just
No.
Phoebe. No. Let's just make Phoebe happen. That's fine.
And of course, last but not least, thank you again to Via today for being a sponsor of the episode, not only lightening our moods, heightening our senses, but making our bedroom experiences a little bit more colorful.
You can go via the internet.
And use offer code WATTS to get 15% off of your own order. Again,
Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
at the link down below, and thank you again, Via, for sponsoring. So, if you have any other questions about current relationships or just relationships in the kink community, leave those down below.
And if you like ringing bells, ring that bell down below.
And don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye!
What's your favorite Paramore song?
I don't know Paramore. I know Evanescence.
What's
And
your
look,
fa- what's
I
your
can't
favorite
even say
Evanescence song?
Evanescence.
What's your favorite Evanescence song?
Free falling something. What is it?
I don't know. That Free Falling is a completely different band. You're talking about Bring Me to Life?
Yeah.
Which goes...
Bring me back to life.
Wake me up. I can't
Till we let
wake
go.
up. What?
I don't know
Oh my
what-
god. Okay, we're breaking up because you don't know Evanescence.